I mean, it was an exciting one. I wouldn't be shocked if it played out relatively similar, but we'll see. I mean, a lot of these pistol rounds just come down to pure fragging, just literally who's clicking the heads, who's getting in there. It is interesting if they choose to mix it up and go A, though. It looks like Team Shroud definitely thinking they're going to come through drop on B like they did the first time, but we'll find out how this works out.
Looking at the minimap, it's looking to be an A hit, and it's one of those sort of you think you know, but they think you know, and I know that you know, and back and forth, and it comes down to a coin flip once again, if they're gonna go for the same play or not. Wave scan coming out from Shroud from a site across mid while watching from jail. It tags one.
Nice of you. Pretty good intel coming in there as well. Push is still coming down through bot mid. Pushing in towards the big box down there. Trying to utilize that as Dicey and crew. Man, they have no chill. They are just absolutely hoofing it. Bringing everyone down, and we heard about that. Justin picking up that first kill, though, onto KRYPTIC. We'll see if Detailed can do anything here. Swing back. 2 players eyeing him.
Pops over, goes to the defender's spawn, but not expecting TENZ to be hiding above on the elevated angle. And so the frags temporarily going Shroud's way, and a nice flank through mid is going to continue to keep it in their favor, even more aggressively so. 5 versus 2. This is a really good start on the pistol round. Dicey stops Shroud's reign of terror, but now as the last player left, can they clutch this one out?
I was going to say, TENZ ended up fighting that one back, and seeing the momentum shift a little bit here. Team Shroud now able to capitalize. Really good movement. Both teams. Again, what I love about this, we've seen so many times where teams have, the attackers end up on the defender side, the defenders on the attacker side. You constantly have to be thinking about how to push. We are going to see TENZ spotted out by the drone. The Zeus is down and multiple angles held. Dicey knows there's a player coming in. The dodge and weave peeking in here as well. 0 chance. Justin cleaning that one up. Nice round there for Team Shroud.
A lot of it based off of that initial wave scan. So again, Riker, I'm telling you guys, don't sleep on Riker. These information gathering sponsors are really, really powerful, especially in organized team play when you can synergize the different areas being held by you and your teammates.
Interesting. We're seeing the drone going down there, sort of in that B-Link scenario there. Just to help, not necessarily keeping a body on mid, but just making sure that if someone looks to drop down, get aggressive, they are still going to have some of that awareness. So I actually really like this play, sort of playing around mid versus necessarily giving up. Because again, for the attackers there, you have that angle down from top mid. You definitely have a bit of an advantage, despite the fact that the defenders can pre-peek it. Should note that. But in a lot of situations, the attackers can flood from a couple different angles. It's tough for the defenders to keep in mind. So I actually kind of like that decision. Just don't even think about it. Just sit back, play for your sides.
More utility being thrown out. A double frag grenade, cluster grenade thrown, but this is a pretty big stack around elbow. Dicey gets the first on Justin. Check the corner behind you, not expecting the backup. The double Justin in the corner. What is going on? I can't track all of these kills. This is so chaotic.
The bloodbath on the B site. Oh my goodness, Zeus is going down. Trades back and forth, but the defenders are getting absolutely ripped apart. Oh my goodness, that turned the snap. Oh my goodness.
All into TENZ, playing behind elbow. And they know more or less where he is going to be playing from. One player in closet, one player in drop on the attacking side. Of course, they're defending the Zeus plant. Round. Ooh, got the first, but the instantaneous peek out by KRYPTIC.
Beautiful play there, actually, to play both of those angles simultaneously. Great comms coming in from both of them. Second that shot is in, instant response. I mean, instant, the same second. As we're tying this up, a 1-to-1. Really nice response. Again, there's so much chaos coming in here on the B site. And again, one of these situations, again, when all else fails, when everything else is disintegrating, the play call, you're all losing track of it. It really just comes down to who can have that initial game sense and response. And I think both these teams, you could make an argument on both sides. One has more time maybe in the game, Spectre Divide. You're talking about like tens of thousands of combined hours of competitive multiplayer shooters, tac shooters across the side of Team Shroud. So it's honestly, this looks like response is kind of a toss-up when you put all this in a blender.
Cluster grenade goes out, doesn't find any damage. Wavescan's going to spot one player bottom of mid. And it's going to be a very fast push towards the B site. Mine thrown over. Using the fast recall as well to get not quite onto the site itself, but pretty damn close. And Dicey with a nice one-tap dirt nap onto Justin.
Big plays, and now being able to utilize the Spectre there to see when the response is going to come in from the defenders. Beautiful site take. A lot of util done, but really selective with the shots. Oh, Justin not quite able to get that one there. Any rotation coming in from the defender spawn has been absolutely annihilated. The path is closed, and now it's, oh, I mean, it's a 1v, but Shroud with multiple bodies to utilize here. No reason not to go in and just try and do as much econ damage as humanly possible.
Yep. Especially since they did save after losing that second round. No point in saving pistols, seeing what damage you can do. Wavescan is giving some good information, but the spray by KRYPTIC tried to go for the Duster kill there. Unfortunately, not going to be the case. So a good, nice round by Team Detailed, only losing one body, only losing one weapon. We had the economy surge. It's going to be tier 4s for Shroud.
So one fun Skyway fact for you really quick on this map, which I think is probably going to be more in the side of Team Detailed, having played this map a ton. Those blue walls, you see that kind of look plasticky, like they're like, you know, water jugs or something.
Yeah.
Those are able to be shot through by any gun, and there is 0 damage drop off. They are just literally like hollow plastic. Those are just wall bang cities. So in that situation where Shroud was coming out of drop, that would have been an awesome moment to just start spamming through there, try and get that kill on Cubby where there's often a body left. So I definitely would expect to see Detailed and Co. go for some cheeky wall bangs through us at some point.
Ooh, there you go, finding out all this hidden info. As we're seeing once again, TENZ going hyper aggro on the defense. He has done this play consistently. Doesn't matter the map, but finding these timings, and every single time it has not been expected the first time. He has pulled this crazy aggro play out. That was exactly what Team Shroud need to do here. They have the gun advantage. They got to push it.
Well, when you're against a team that, by all expectations, is more familiar with like mid to late game interactions, how to utilize map control, and really exploit vulnerabilities in the map design against your opponent, the one way to counter that is to go for an early fight where it brings it more into pure aim battle. And so TENZ very intelligently leaning on to his own strengths when it comes to this game, when it comes to this competition.
Now Justin's here to follow up. Going to try and carry off the back of this. Not a single body picked up yet. We're seeing Team Shroud systematic. Just moving across the map, trying to create opening after opening. No heavy overcommits here. Oops, spotted by Detailed though. Wavescan's going to come out. This is going to be full intel.
We caught one of them. So maybe not quite expecting the repeat. Getting out from the range of that Wavescan was crucial for that trade back. And it is perfect forces right now for Shroud as they push on. Or trying to hold the site, rather.
Yep, pushing in now. 26 seconds. Again, utilizing these Spectres. Additional info here. It's going to be one pickup, though, from Detailed. Nice shot there onto Justin, but either way, the Zeus is going to go down, is now in play. But the push is coming in. The scans are here. Great peek from TENZ. Finds one, finds a second. Fantastic play, and just like that, yes, the Zeus goes down, but instantly diffused.
You can tell that Shroud has played this game extensively because these are a lot of really, really clever Wavescan angles that I haven't seen too many other players utilize, myself included. I'm taking notes off of this. This is a really good mid-round utilization of Wavescan. A lot of people, and I will include myself in this, see Wavescan as something you use at the start of the round. Maybe if you don't have information, you just throw a blind Wavescan out there. But he uses that specifically to get the tag on the opponent to be able to swing into them, him and his teammates, to swing into them aggressively with confidence.
Because there's so much of these maps that can be shot through, like Ben just mentioned, with, in that terrain specifically, you could never feel safe. Even if you're scared, you're like, oh, maybe I'm behind cover. No, you can get wall banged through so many different options here, which is so cool. And again, being able to see where your utility is going to go on the minimap makes finding these lines so much easier. Makes it so much more accessible for new players. So yeah, sure, Shroud is hitting some of these crazy angles, but these are ones other people can absolutely replicate as well. And we are only scratching the surface of what's possible here.
Saw another attempt at a quick take of B main. Wasn't able to catch any opposition, but now it's going to be a push onto mid from A. KRYPTIC with the second knock onto the site.
Huge.
No one's been fully deleted yet. Everyone has at least one body. Well, spoke a little bit too soon. Shroud does go down now. It's going to be a Zeus plant onto the A side retake attempt. Now coming in.
Zeus has been planted.
Through defender spawned.
Now the heal comes out as well, keeping KRYPTIC up healthy and in the fight. And it's Detailed continuing to fire back. Detailed, all it takes is one player slipping through the cracks and suddenly the defense is bursting wide open. Beautiful timing on that flashbang as well. Pushing on back here. Justin and KRYPTIC going back and forth. KRYPTIC with the 4K off the back of an amazing mid push. Silent and deadly, that 4K.
Yeah, we'll see how this affects Shroud's approach to their default hold. They pulled away. The attackers pulled away from B for one round and looked like a really easy push into A. They might try instead throw more resources onto that side of things for Team Shroud. Though it also looks like they might be going for a B main take once again.
I'm curious to see if TENZ is going to play hyper-aggressive off the rip. I mean, I feel like a lot of the situations where Team Shroud has been up, it's when they've been able to find those early initial picks, because I often find that against maybe the teams who are a little bit more familiar, they struggle a little bit in the midpoint of the round, but then it really comes, there's sort of these ebbs and flows. Again, because of the nature of the system, multiple bodies in play here. Is TENZ going to continue to push his luck? No, just throwing out some util, making a bit of noise, but not overcommitting this time, which may be a good thing considering basically the entire team of Detailed is here. Dicey looking spicy, going to try and find something here on drop.
Refiring through one of the little hidey holes in drop, but answered back with cluster grenade. It finds Justin.
Zeus will be left.
Yeah, we're still not committing onto the site yet. Good flash out.
Love it, holding the angle just a bit away, giving yourself a bit of a second. The fastest reaction time in the world, can't do a whole lot. Shroud and TENZ are there, but the trades are coming back in from both sides. Justin able to get involved in the conversation. The defenders are holding strong for now, but an aggressive push up mid. TENZ a little bit too aggro there. Getting absolutely punished for that overextension, and now this opens the way for A, but the defender is holding strong. Shroud is there, anchoring both sides.
Anchoring very well, gets one kill, knows there's more coming, but decides to back away. They have the unit advantage. They can wallbang through this too! Showing exactly how paper thin these things are.
Doesn't know the second one is here necessarily. Oh, as a sense, the second player is coming around the outside. The peek, the trades, can they find it? Detailed just a little bit bigger. Shroud not quite getting the angle that time. Both players are pushing in now. Beautiful trade. Would have loved to keep those extra bodies alive, but Shroud, still, the team is there. Tie it up 3-3.
Detailed made it close.
Last round.
Detailed made it close, but we are now on the last round. It is all tied up. This is another, potentially the beginning of another very, very close match between Detailed and Shroud.
For those who weren't here for our first match, we went into double OT when these teams played the first time. So curious to see if that trend continues here or if one team is going to start to pull away. I think it'll really come down to who can build the momentum off of this side swap, off of the pistol, as we're seeing once again the attackers stacking up onto this B side. But again, what's so fun about this map is your ability to continue to shift off of that in and around drop especially. You know, basically just accessing the rest of the map basically with ease.
Dropped.
Well, great start for Team Shroud again.
This sounds Justin too. I love it. Like they're always keeping them guessing. Oh, but great use of the vector wall. KRYPTIC, they were not expecting that push.
No, but when you see that vector wall, 9 times out of 10, KRYPTIC is going to be right behind it. You can just never guarantee which specific angle it's going to be. That's the difficult part. Trolling in through mid. Not spotted out by the sentry bot.
Seeing the trades coming through. B still very much in play. Let's receive detail.
Loose carrier is down.
But nice utilization of the flashbang there. Team Shroud continuing to hold strong, but it is still a 3v2 situation. The defenders have this angle. The Zeus is down cam. That's massive. That is a huge force multiplier in making those opponents just have to stick themselves out of position. See what the wave scan can do. Nice utilization on that bounce.
Yeah, so the wave scan, you can throw it straight, or you can also have it bounce off of the first wall and connect on the second that it lands on. So knowing the angles is a huge part of knowing how to utilize Riker the best you can. Even the odds a touch, but there is a flanker. TENZ finds one. Suddenly, well, not even given a chance. Detailed. Locking the 1 versus 2, collapsing in on both sides. 4 versus 3 lead for Team Shroud.
Halftime side switch.
I have to say, I loved the angle position there, though. The fact that, again, there's enough play there between KRYPTIC and Detailed, each holding both of those angles, baiting that left angle back at elbow, so that they knew that if the player comes out, you know you've got your teammate there to help keep that angle covered. Again, it wasn't quite enough. The body advantage was there for Team Shroud, but still really nice, small, nuanced play. And Ben, I got to pick your brain on this too, man. Is this what you were expecting? We were new. We were hoping it was going to be a close game. And I think it's living up to expectations.
I think this is a nail biter already coming in 4-3. I think I'm getting flashbacks to their first time playing each other earlier in the day already, and I can see the overtime in my mind's eye at the moment. So yeah, I am ready for this to go the distance. I hope this is a close one.
Ooh, man, amped up rat hanging below drop is very, very
Zeus has
scary.
been dropped.
It's gonna find the first on Shroud. Whenever you get a kill, when you're amped up, it resets the length of the amplification, the amount of time that you will have that increased fire rate. So he is waiting for some more targets to push into his area.
You just have this like little machine pistol just getting so amped up, firing 10,000 bullets at you at once. The only problem you'll see if we do cut back to his perspective, is he's down to 1 clip left. He only has 12 bullets in his mag and then 2 in reserve. So he has to get ready to pick somebody else's gun up if he fires again.
Oh no, I don't think he'll be worried. I'll take that trade. Getting how many kills did he get? Holding down drop, and now Dicey is farming from elbow.
I don't think, I mean, those are the first shots that he's missed. He wasn't shooting at anybody. As Detailed now swings in back around. Wow, systematic dismantling of Team Shroud on that one. Started off with a couple of great kills at drop, but that is the most unsure I've seen Team Shroud yet in almost any game. They legitimately didn't seem like they knew where they were being shot from, which is kind of bizarre to me.
I have a bold prediction.
Oh?
Team Shroud is going to full save this round.
What?
I know.
Never.
Bold, I know.
Crazy.
How does he find these analytical angles?
I mean, Cam, I'm gonna laugh really hard now if they don't.
If they don't, you're right.
If they don't, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh real hard, just so we're all aware.
There would be just my luck.
Uh-oh, making a lot of noise here. KRYPTIC going in to try and do it again. Does it again! Oh no! We're seeing now KRYPTIC finally getting shut down as Justin and Shroud, the crew's coming back in, but bringing the second body to bear, and this is Spectre to vibe, baby. KRYPTIC ain't stopping as he's continuing to just absolutely mow down his opponents. Amp one more. Go for the ace, KRYPTIC. Let's go!
Oh my god.
Dual amp ace swaps to a shiv of all weapons, not even another primary. Oh, I mean, yeah, it was against saving players, but still getting all 6 of them. And they got a couple of kills there, right? Team Shroud, like that is still not the easiest thing to do, but it just shows the power of being an aggressive player, knowing how to push the limits of Vector United, of Dual Amp, and KRYPTIC is sitting at 22 kills in 9 rounds.
And I feel like this is one of probably the first biggest example we've seen where the sponsor is so directly impacting the weapon choice.
Yeah.
Going for these high rate of fire weapons, going for the machine pistol, the SMG, and really looking to leverage that, not just obviously on the map, the line of sights where you know you're going to be taking your fights, but utilizing these guns that already have high rate of fire that are going to benefit from this even more. I mean, if anyone's having a Brad Summer, it's KRYPTIC, seriously. I think I made Cam leave the call.
Yeah, no, that was great. That was great. no, I was really enjoying the amount of information that he was also getting at mid, jump spotting, and then being capitalized upon this B main push by Dicey and Cryptic through again the paper thin blue canisters. Oh, going over peak. Shroud's gonna answer back.
Shroud and crew obviously they did save, as predicted, going into that last round. It wasn't expected loss. They do have the guns. Not able to do any damage there. Yes, was able to do some solid damage there as well, shooting in. So nicely done there from Shroud, predicting the movement. But they're in a rough position now.
Yeah,
they'll have to. They're scared playing around drop. They've had so many negative experiences around here. This is the first time I'm actually starting to see them playing. I don't want to say scared, but more cautious than I'd like to see from this team, who seems like they excel when they play aggressive.
So Justin has lurked into the A site. It is all clear except for this one player on the upper side and one player in jail. Pulling their Spectre unit over. The Zeus is already on its way. But control wasn't taken. The problem is the clock was running down. It was really the only opportunity that Team Shroud had, and they have to full commit here.
Now things have slowed right back down again. Detailed. Picking up Shroud on the rotation. Flat back a little bit here from TENZ. We know there's second players here. Yes, does spot it, but missed through the smoke. Oh, nice play coming in from KRYPTIC. KRYPTIC again utilizing these weapons to their fullest potential, picking up a Reaver for good measure. KRYPTIC, who already had as many kills as his entire team combined, continuing to pad those stats. And now, Cam, for the first time in this game, we are more than 2 rounds apart in the score.
I know. Ridiculous. I think that overtime prediction is getting shut down.
Slipping away.
One quick kind of just funny anecdote is there's a Discord server with a bunch of the top players who will sometimes jump in to make custom matches together if they're not matchmaking, or they'll just use it for like finding people to play with. Right. Consistently, I have seen people say KRYPTIC is like one of the most annoying players to play against out of like the champ group, just because he does this. He just pushes out. He's amped up. You just see purple KRYPTIC running around a corner, and you just know it's over. And he's also somebody who really likes to get specific with people. Say, do you remember that time I ran out at you on mid on this map and like owned you? Like he loves calling that out. So I know he's going to talk about that ace. I'm going to hear about that ace for like the next like year straight. So that was definitely the right person to get it, having it happen to them.
I believe all of that.
100%.
One of the great things that isn't discussed as much as I think it should be about competitive video games is that you get a sense into someone's personality without talking to them, just by watching how they play games. And so to know that KRYPTICs will badger you with those irritating moments doesn't shock me at all. Because you have to be that kind of person to play the way that he does. But right now, Dicey is the one that's holding it down from elbow. Already got the first kill on the Shroud, trying to follow up with even more. The backup has arrived. KRYPTIC now coming in with 2K.
Ooh, but Shroud able to answer back a little bit. Nice timing there, pushing in through the wall. Favorite hand needs to watch not to get taken out. That will damage you over time. What's really annoying on that one is they're pushing straight in. Dicey, though, picking up the player going behind. KRYPTIC up on the high ground. Beautiful angle. Leveraging here back in Cubby as the last player's forced to rotate from mid. And it's not enough. 7-4. Cam, match point. What was such a close game slipping away for Team Shroud. KRYPTIC is just too big.
What can you do as Team Shroud? Because even when they're able to avoid KRYPTIC off the start, they're still struggling to find any real headway onto a site. They get locked out onto the main entrances, can't get onto the site to plant, and eventually they get flanked. Eventually a second angle becomes vulnerable, and there's no real answer.
I think at that point, it's got to look for a pick and mid, some description like this.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we're seeing really hard commits quite quickly for Team Shroud. I would like to see them play a little bit slower, just slow everything down. Look for a pick, try and pick something up here, play a little bit ratty. Because at this point, the alternative is just not working so much. I mean, a nice opening trade here from Justin, but the team needs to be able to follow up on it. And KRYPTIC, who has just been such a menace, is continuing to do so here. Doesn't find the third. That would just be too much.
It's even. The trades are even, but at the moment there's only one person left on the A side, and it's KRYPTIC again, amping himself back up, checking to make sure that there aren't any secret players have been stuck in under their watch, and Shroud takes them out. So the raid boss is officially taken care of. This is a must-win round for Shroud. Not just to mention it's match point already, but if they can't do it here, then when can they do it?
Shroud continuing to go off there, picking up Dicey as well, making it a 4v2 situation. The Zeus is coming in, but the pinch
Zeus has been
is
planted.
here, coming in from both spawns. Keep an eye on this from TENZ. Going to try and shut this down wherever possible. Last player there stuck out in mid. It is Dicey. He's going to put up a hell of a clutch to make this happen, and at least finds the first.
3. Holding the boxes to find it. Lands a good couple of tags, but Justin with the kill. 4K to end that round out, and they're pulling it back. They were within 2
Match
of
point.
bringing us into overtime once again.
Yeah, and still will have guns is Team Shroud. This is a big one here, so we'll continue to have the utility to put into this. Kept quite a few bodies alive, which is big. On the other side, yeah, both teams will have enough here, it looks like, for the full buy. So it's going to be an important one here. Again, being able to find those picks, make those favorable trades, that was really the big one there. But I think the game totally shifts on its head once KRYPTIC is taken off the server. It is actually night and day to see how much quicker Team Shroud moves once they know they don't have to deal with that buzzsaw.
Showing some preference back to B. A couple of players on catwalk. But of course, watching for any initial B main presence. Not going to be taking instead. Team Detailed are going to smoke that one off. The KRYPTIC again with the mid peak. Always finding these opportunities. Checking back towards A main. Not going to see anyone there.
Not playing lazy either. Like taking the time to stash that other body back down bottom mid, going constantly go back and forth. Oh, walks right out into the midst of different players there. This time we're following along with Shroud, who's gone back over to the B site. The push is coming in. Shroud down a bit of a rough situation. KRYPTIC continuing to rack up the kills. This could be the end, Cam, as Team Shroud is getting systematically ripped apart. 2 players here in spawn. They need to make something happen, but the defenders are holding strong.
It's Flash, forces KRYPTIC away, but here comes the amp. Increased rate of fire. Wavescan doesn't find anything, but that mine going off, the whole mine, is going to give some information. Instead, going with the vector wall, maybe not expecting that it's going to be a crossfire that KRYPTIC walks into.
Justin, though, going off, the last player standing over there at the B site. Justin
He's in a
needs to hold
1v1.
strong. That's it. It's a 1v2 situation. If Justin goes down here, that will be the match. That will be Team Detailed going on to the grand finals. It all comes down to Justin as the last player rotates over. He knows it's a 1v2 situation, but 30 seconds left on the clock. The Zeus is still not in play, holding a near impossible angle. Justin will have to go absolutely huge and have a little bit of luck to make this one happen as he's pushing in. But he's going to get flanked, Cam. He is absolutely sandwiched. This could be it.
Defenders have won
Yeah,
the
no
match.
clue, getting snuck over behind, the sneak around from elbow by Detailed, and that's going to be it. 8-5 victory